All right, question. So I was talking to my brother or whatever, right? And he was telling me, like Neve Campbell that plays Sydney in the Scream movies. I guess like she like posted. It was a while ago though, but I guess like she posted like a script or whatever for like the next Scream, which this would be the seventh Scream, right? Now, before I go into what I'm about to say, Scream is one of my favorite horror movie series. I love it. I love the Scream movies. But this is my question now. Where are we going with this though? Where I'm trying to understand what is the end game process, right? Because okay, when five, I think it was five. I want to say it was five. The director came out or whatever, and he was saying he was ready to write Sydney off. She going to the sunset, whatever the case is. Which in five, she kinda, sorta left or whatever, but it really wasn't like a closure scene. Like she just left or whatever, like to get out of town or whatever, while the newer generation or whatever finished it off. Because I get it, like where we're coming from with some of this stuff. Um, but I'm getting lost on what will be her end game, because I get it now. Billy Loomis or whatever from the first one, his daughter or whatever is the new girl or whatever. The one who this is going off of. What have you, right? And I'm not even seeing them build up some like intense face off with those two. Maybe they could be, and maybe it might be something I'm missing. But you have things like all they're doing is just say, hey, we know who your father is and you're a killer like your dad. And that goes on throughout the movie. And then she just ends up killing somebody, I guess, like proving them right or something. Then like the last Scream 6 or whatever, in the last scene, she took the mask that, was originally his. Because sorry for spoilers if you haven't seen it. But yeah, like the dude, I forgot his name. I forgot his name. The main character. I probably should have did this. I probably should have researched it before this. But come on, man. That's why it's my thoughts, because it's just something I'm sitting here thinking about. Correct? Like it's just something I'm sitting here thinking about. So with that being said, right? I'm trying to see, are we leading up to like her and Sydney having some crazy that like is she going to finally crash out and just become the killer now? And then what I'm talking about, I'm not talking about Jenna Ortega. I'm Jenna Ortega. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about her sister in the movie, the one that plays her sister. So is she going to like crash out eventually and she's going to be the killer now? I'm not getting what's the lead up to that, because like you keep having Billy keeps popping up and he's like, trying to make her do it and kill him or whatever the case is. So I'm asking, are we dragging that out too much? Because I'm not seeing what's her end game either. Like, okay, we get it. You're Billy Loomis' daughter, but what does that mean now? Outside of you, like, them just bringing back his character or whatever the case may be. And the visions are kind of like, they're okay, but it's almost like they're not as bad to me as the Halloween 2, when Michael Myers kept seeing his mom and the horse and his younger self. That was just weird to me. I feel like that went so far off of what Halloween does. I'm gonna get more into Halloween and how that series ended in a separate video though. But it's almost like that, right? The build up really didn't match the payoff, if that made sense, because with Halloween I'm saying. But yeah, that'll be another video. But I'm just asking, what is the ride off the sunset for Neve Campbell as Sydney? Because we know in the first one, Billy Loomis and Stu were the killers. Then the second one, it was his mom, Billy's mom, and is that Johnny Knoxville? Am I tripping? That was Johnny. That's Johnny Knoxville, right? I'm pretty sure that's Johnny Knoxville. So it was them two. Then the third one, her half brother. The fourth one was her cousin, and the Macaulay Culkin brother. I can't remember what his name was in the movie or whatever, but it was him. Then in the fifth one, it was Billy's daughter, boyfriend, and then the one that was supposedly her sister's friend, but she was like a little. And then the last one was the boyfriend that she killed in the previous one was his family or whatever case may be. So, and even just like that, it kind of seemed like that was like weary and rushed because one thing Scream taught me about horror movies is that I can now figure out like the mystery of who the killer is to an extent. Like you can kind of figure it out now, but that one was easy. Like you already knew the cop had to be involved with it. Obviously it was the daughter because we didn't see her get killed, right? She just got pushed into the room all bloody. What made her so much of a pivotal character in this movie that we can't see her death scene, that she just dies. And you already was building up her story. And if you pay attention, the first thing she says when she's on screen, it might not be the first thing, maybe the second or third line, but she says, I had a brother that passed away. That kind of clicked in your head that, that had to be her brother that they killed. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then obviously the one that ended up being the other brother, it was obviously him. Because if he wasn't going to be the hero, he was going to be the killer. And I didn't see him anything heroic traits about him. So he obviously was going to die at the end or, he's going to be the killer. But the question, the reason why I'm making the video, basically what my thoughts is down here is, when do we know when it's time to end something in a series or to end a series in general, right? Because the only thing I can see happening now, like I'm saying, if they build it up the right way in the next movie, the only thing I can see is what? Billy's daughter finally crashing out and trying to kill Sydney, and then maybe Sydney kill her, then that's her farewell to leave. But because who do we have from her past? You get what I'm saying? Like, I was surprised Gail survived again. I didn't want her to die because my brother I think he jinxed Dewey's death because maybe a week before we went to see Scream, and we seen Scream when it first came out. We seen 5 when it first came out. Eddie said either Dewey, Gail, or Sydney had to die, and here we go. Dewey got gutted in the movie. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm sorry my eyes be going all around because I'll still be trying to figure out where's my camera not. But however, we're worrying about Scream. And yeah, I'm trying to see what's the payoff. Like, can we get something going in the comments? What do you think is going to be the end game for Sydney? What's her end game? How do she go off into the sunset? And what are we doing with Billy's daughter? I just want to know what are y'all thoughts about that? I'm not understanding, because again, yes, that's his daughter. Yes, she's killed people now. Yes, everybody looks at you as a murderer because of who your father was. Yes, we get it. We get it. Now what? Because it's kind of like in the movie, it's trying to make you like you're the hero at the end for killing who's been doing the killing sprees, but then at the end of the day, you're still getting looked at as the crazy girl because of who your dad was. So I don't know, is this supposed to be like a perspective thing? Like, you can't choose your parents, but you can choose your own path type of thing? Is that what this is leading up to? Because if it is, I feel like we could have did that in the 5th one. We didn't really need to do that in the 6th, but I guess as Neve Campbell didn't come, maybe they had to throw something together, and then that was the quickest and easiest thing to do, is just bring his family in or something. The boyfriend from the 5th movie, maybe that was what it was, but I don't know, man. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts because I love the Scream series. I'm always going to watch the movies. When the next one come out, I will be attending the movie theaters to see it. And yeah, I just want to know what are y'all thoughts on the way this is going, and what do you think their plans are and or end game for Sydney and Billy's daughter? I don't know, man. It's Sam, right? Sam's her name, right? If I'm not mistaken, I think it's Sam. yeah, but hopefully they figure it out and they got something going because, man, don't mess up a good thing. Please don't. But y'all give me y'all thoughts in the comments because I gave y'all my thoughts on the camera. And I'm out, man.